Well, if you just tune in to BHP TV, you're watching Have You Ever Been Scammed Before? And amazingly and surprisingly, we have a beautiful lady in the house. Oh my goodness, what a black beauty. Her name goes Brenda Crons. Wow, what a beautiful name. Okay,
Thank
Brenda,
you.
first of all, you're welcome to Have You Ever Been Scammed Before?
Thank you so much.
I believe the fact that you're doing so well.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So tell us about yourself. Who is Brenda Crons?
Okay, well, um, I am Mrs. Brenda Crons, married with two girls. I'm actually a public servant and I work at one of the institutions in the country, big institutions in the country. And then I'm an entrepreneur as well. I also have an NGO.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Can you say a little bit about your NGO?
Okay, my NGO is a Bend Foundation. It's called Hebri Bend Foundation.
Okay.
It's basically for people who are burned in all forms, whether liquid burns, fire burns, or gas explosion burns. So that's what the foundation is about. And then our goal is to give aid or provide aid to people who suffer burns. Most of the time, they are being ignored. And a lot of, when you read the WHO, it tells you that that sector in the developing country is not really looked at.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
really looked at. Other things are being concentrated more, health factors than burns. And burn is very, very expensive. The fact of the matter is, the reason why I opened the Burn Foundation is that I'm a victim of burns.
Oh, so sorry. So sorry. This is sad. In fact, when you talk about what you're looking into as far as your NGO is concerned, people who have been banned either mistakenly or intentionally and all that, I have not seen any NGO yet looking at that area.
Exactly.
And we must recommend and
Great.
congratulate you for the great job you're doing. Keep it up. all
Thank
right?
you, thank
All
you.
right, all right. So we're moving in, all right? Have you ever been scammed?
Ooh, yes.
And what happened?
Well, if I recall, I've been scammed severally. The first one was on social media. Social media, a lot of people have to be careful of social media. Back then, I wasn't too matured as I am now. You know, on social media, you don't have to choose who you want to be your friend or what. People come in and then you just give them the privilege or the chance to be your friend. And this guy came and he became my friend for a period of time. And then he was sending me a phone and a laptop and then asked me to pay money to. He said he was sending via this medium. I don't know, is it FedEx or UPS, one of them. So he asked me to send him, back then that was in 2012. He asked me to send him about 1,500 for the clearance so that I could pick the goods. When that happened, immediately, well, I'm not greedy with money. I'm not greedy with money. So when that happened, I was like, how can you? I didn't ask you for phone. I didn't ask you for. I never did that. You said you are sending me something. So how then do you expect me to pay for that? So I immediately called MTN, and then I reported that. So I blocked him and everything. I realized I was scam. I blocked him.
Great job.
Yeah, that was my first experience with scam. The second one was my husband was traveled, and then that was 2 years ago. I received a message, an amount of about 3,000 from somebody. My husband said somebody will be sending money, and I received the amount. I saw the alert not long, within 20 minutes, somebody called me and was like, he's mistakenly sent money onto my account, and it was the exact money. So he's begging me I should return it. and everything. Then I was like, well, I'm also expecting this kind of money. So I'll check my account and verify with MTN. If that money is not up to whatever he is saying, then I'm sorry, he's supposed to call MTN and report that. So the MTN will block that money, and then yeah, so that's what I did. So he didn't get me. He started insulting me. You're a mother. You are this. You are that. You are that.
All right, let me take this opportunity to advise you guys out there. You know, when anybody tells you that he or she has sent you any money, I think he was so smart. She was so smart, you know, to know that you need to refer them to MTN. Now, this is what they do. This is their strategy. Now, by the time the person who is sending you the money, where the person is sending you the money, this commerce might be there, listening to your number and how much they're sending. You know, you never knew. Even those vendors might be even scammers who could even give your number out there. So we need to really, really be careful. What you need to do is just call MTN. If anybody says, I've sent you this money, call MTN. If anybody wants to do any business with you, please do diligent checkup. I mean, background check, and be sure that look, you're dealing with the right person. Otherwise, you will be scammed. Be very careful on social media and don't just accept just anybody. Go on the person's profile, check the person's friends and all that. Just do a very thorough checkup on the person before you deal with anybody. Now, if anybody also is doing business with you, try to confide in a friend. If the person tells you, let's keep this secret, please, this is a red flag. All right.
Yeah.
So just be very, very careful. Let's continue. Sister Brenda, any other scam story you have?
The last one was just recently. That was last week Saturday. It was more or less like a hacking.
Okay.
So, well, with this situation, when it comes to scam and other things, I'm very much smart with that.
Wow.
And I don't really engage people within my space when it comes to those type of things. But with this, I was a bit absent-minded, and I had a lot of things going through my mind. My mind was a bit clouded, and so I was there, and then this man called me. I had a group in my organization. So he called using one of the members' name. However, I do not know the person personally. That's the issue. I don't know the person because it's a very big organization. And he said he was calling from the NED, the northern area. So I didn't even know who I was talking to. But I didn't want to sound rude because he came in with my organizational name and other things. So I didn't want to sound rude. So I have to entertain him. So that was what gave him the chance. So he told me we are updating our platform due to scammers and other things. So they are giving codes to each member. At that point, I was a bit skeptical about it. I was like, oh, how could this be possible? But at the same time, because I was having a divided attention, I have to give him the audience. I gave him the audience, and then he was like, they've sent a code. I should check and then give him the digits.
Yeah.
I actually checked. He hung up and called back. So I checked, and when I checked, the code came, and I saw a WhatsApp. It came in the form of a WhatsApp. So I was like, WhatsApp. So I asked them, this is WhatsApp now. Why is it WhatsApp? Then he said, oh, yes, it's WhatsApp. Then I just mentioned the code. So when I mentioned the code, he now said, I should give him 6 digit numbers. That will. So at that point, I just gave any number, formatted any number and mentioned. Immediately I mentioned, he was like, is that the number you use for everything? Then I was like, hey, hold on. Why are you asking me this? If there's an organization, you don't need my password because my organization is very particular when it comes to do cyber crimes and other things. So I don't see the need why you asking me all this.
It's cool.
Immediately I said that, he started insulting me. Hey, you are a fool, prostitute, insulting me. That was what he did. So I didn't spare him. I also
Wow.
told him
I
my
mean,
mind.
I mean, for you, I can see that you're very, very smart when it comes to people like an attempt to scam you. I mean, the way you
Yeah.
go about it, and I think that you guys watching, have you ever been scammed before? You need to really learn and pay attention to details. Be very, very, very careful so that you wouldn't be scammed. Just early this morning, I had a call from a gentleman. You know, I happen to be on one of the Christian platforms, and the person says that they are also updating the platform. I knew it was a scam, but I just entertained the guy. He said, "Okay." I said, "Okay. So what next?" He said, "They've sent me some code. I should check if I've received." I checked. I have not received any code. He said, "Okay." Then he will get to WhatsApp Media.
Yeah.
You call them to call me back. I was there when truly plus one number called me, and immediately I picked the call. It was like mentioning the code. Immediately I had the code. I just had to put my phone off, put it on plane mode, put it off, and restarted the phone. And then finally, I received another. When I put the phone on, he called me. The guy called me again and was asking me to give the code to this. And I just mentioned some wrong code to the person. And then when I finished, then he was like, "Please, this wrong number." I said, "Okay."
Can
It's
you
a wrong number.
imagine?
Call WhatsApp Media and
Yeah.
ask him the code. I have been talking to Brenda Crons, and we really appreciate whatever she has shared. I believe in the fact that you have learned a lot, and you'll be careful when it comes to social media people. You
Meet in live people, you meet in cars and all that. Even
at church,
please.
even at church, it's
not
everybody
everybody
that walks into the church.
Who is a truthful person or is a right person that you have to deal with. Anytime anybody wants to do business with you, please try and confide in, a close friend of yours, your parents, your relatives, and all that. They might advise you on what to do so that you wouldn't be scammed. It's not okay at all. As a search here, like I always say, I've been scammed before, 4,450 Ghana cedis. All right, God spoke to me, but I never listened to him. So please, I don't want anybody to face that. And the person whose company is on the screen, that is the guy. You see, that's the guy you see on the screen. All right. In case you see this guy, please call the number on the screen, and we will get the person arrested. All right. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for watching BHP TV, and this happens to be Have You Ever Been Scammed Before on BEHP TV. All we're asking is that subscribe, comment, like, and press the notification button so that any content we put on the BHP TV, you will
have the opportunity of seeing it first. All right. Okay. Anyway, anything that goes up must surely come down all too soon. The program has come to an end. Until then,
great news for all. Get any iPhone of your choice, deposit 40% and spare the rest for 3 months. You may as well do swapping with your phone for any iPhone of your choice. Visit Reality Phone Shop now, located at Accra, Circle, Royal VVIP. Working days, Monday to Saturday. Call us on 053-8833-521 or 024-7054-849. Reality Phone Shop, where real phones are sold to real people who mean business.